Right now, real customers are searching for what you sell and choosing someone else. Not because competition is better, but because your brand feels like a risk and theirs doesn't. That's the disconnect. And that's the game you think you're playing, whether it be getting clicks, boosting posts, or running ads. It's not the one that actually brings in real paying customers. In this video, we're revealing what really drives local leads into action. A system built around how people actually buy and why most ads fail before they even start. We've seen it firsthand. At Pink Studios, we help small businesses that already have customers, already offer great service, but still feel invisible online. And once we fix that identity gap, aligning your message, visuals, and proof, everything changes. Marketing starts working like it's supposed to. And best of all, it doesn't have to be expensive. Getting seen shouldn't be a luxury. Visit pinkstudiocentral.com or the link in the description to see how small businesses are making smart, affordable marketing that actually gets results. We observe the same failure pattern in nearly every category where trust precedes the transaction. The business owner decides it's time to run ads, and they allocate several $1,000s per month to Meta or Google, deploy a generic lead form, and wait for results. Leads arrive, yet follow-up is slow, internal handling is inconsistent, and outcomes disappoint. The conclusion is predictable. The leads are low quality. This conclusion misdiagnoses the problem entirely. In local advertising, the ad is not the decision point, it's the trigger. And after clicking, prospective customers do what modern buyers reliably do. They verify. And when they verify, they scan social profiles, read reviews, review recent activity, and look for evidence that the business is legitimate, active, and trustworthy. Right Local's consumer research underscores this dynamic. 71% of consumers report that they will not consider buying into a business or a business in general with an average rating below 3 stars. In that context, advertising does not create demand. It amplifies existing perception. If trust signals are weak, ads accelerate skepticism rather than conversions, or converting at all. Verification no longer ends with Google. Buyers routinely move to Instagram or Facebook, evaluating whether the business appears established or neglected. Outdated imagery, infrequent posting, or inconsistent branding signals risk, and when this happens, the lead is not gone cold. The business has failed a verification step that the buyer considers essential. The response is, however, almost always misdirected. Owners adjust what they can see inside the platform: audiences, targeting radius, placements, and budgets. Meanwhile, the true constraints remain untouched: slow response times, inconsistent follow-up, lack of proof, unclear offers, and inadequate tracking that ties spend to booked or complete work. What is framed as an advertising problem is in reality a trust and process failure, repeatedly treated as media spend. Local businesses tend to lose money on advertising for 3 structural reasons. First, advertising is treated as the entire system rather than the entry point. Google's research on the messy middle describes how buyers loop in between exploration and evaluation before choosing, consulting listings, reviews, images, and social feeds until one option feels the safest. If a business presence is thin, inconsistent, or outdated, failure occurs not because the ad failed to reach people, but because the business did not pass evaluation. Secondly, businesses underinvest in creative while overinvesting in controllable settings. Targeting parameters and placements feel manageable, which makes them more attractive levers. Yet effectiveness research consistently shows that creative quality as the dominant driver of results. A large-scale analysis study highlighted by Circana found that advertising creative accounts for roughly 49% of incremental sales impact, while targeting contributes a much smaller share. When creative is indistinguishable from competitors, no amount of optimization compensates for the lack of differentiation. Third, measurement is insufficient and often misleading. Many owners rely on platform-reported ROAs or intuition. Both are unreliable. Gartner reports that only 52% of senior marketing leaders believe they have successfully proved marketing's contribution to business outcomes. If enterprise organizations with advanced analytics struggle, local businesses without disciplined tracking are operating with limited visibility. Meta has stated that recent attribution changes have produced a reported 24% lift in incremental conversions compared to its standard model. The implication is not that performance necessarily improved, but that counting methods have changed. And without anchoring analysis in real-life outcomes, answered calls, booked appointments, collected deposits, and businesses risk scaling reported performance while revenue remains unchanged. Trust signals themselves are also distributed. Bright Local's research indicates that the most consumers consult multiple review platforms before choosing a local business. Evaluation occurs across a broad surface area, not a single rating or channel. Fragmented proof weakens confidence even when traffic volume increases. Finally, budget constraints make precision essential. The CMO survey consistently reports marketing budgets in the high single digits as a percentage of revenue. So what does doing it right actually look like for a local business? Think in a simple loop: proof, offer, follow-up, and measurement. And before all of that, there's a trigger. The ad creates the trigger. Your Google presence, website, reviews, and socials create the proof. Your service packages and pricing logic create the offer. Your speed to lead and sales process create the follow-up. And your tracking is the calls, bookings, and closed revenue. That creates the measurement. If any of those is weak, ad spend becomes really expensive way to send motivated buyers into confusion. Finally, install measurements you can defend. Track the steps and predict money. Qualified lead rate, booked rate, show rate, close rate, all those rates. Use one source of truth for reporting. And when possible, test incrementality, because clean comparisons that tell you whether ads created new customers, not just claimed credit for the ones you already seen coming. Because the goal isn't better numbers, the goal is reliable decisions you can scale. When advertising feels unpredictable, the issue is rarely randomness. It is usually the absence of a system that converts attention into trust and trust into revenue. Local winners are not defined by sophisticated targeting. They succeed by eliminating doubt at every step after the click by treating campaigns as structured learning engines rather than isolated experiments. That is the work we do at Pink Studios. We build local growth, creative that earns attention, proof that reduces risk, and measurement that reflects real business outcomes. If you want help identifying bottlenecks, strengthening your verification layer, and installing a testing cadence that makes spending accountable, book a strategy call with Pink Studio Central. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more information regarding marketing, branding, advertising, and any way to scale your brand.